Oh yeah, it ain't hard to tell you. Oh yeah, I might fuck your friend while you watch. That tall bag got me looking for new spots. Oh yeah, now I'm getting high up on this rooftop. Oh yeah, got way too much to be worrying about what you got. Yeah, told my old bitch I got some new top. Yeah, that's a rock blue dot. It got me loose now. Yeah, I'm a new bitch from Utah. I got a blue job. Yeah, so she run around trying to show 'em off. I ain't mad at it. You can tell. She can tell, whole club faded off the smell. It's the only time I'm holding L's. Oh yeah, it ain't hard to tell. Oh yeah, you can tell, she can tell. Whole club faded off the smell. It's the only time I'm holding L's. Oh yeah, it ain't hard to tell. Oh yeah, I'ma pay the price today so I can pay.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Off the Bat. Did that
there
it
is.
It is Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. This show is sponsored by the ATS Spot. Make sure you follow them on Twitter right now. Make sure you follow all of us on Twitter. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure you comment if you're in the chat. Woo! Alpha, BB, how we doing?
Yeah, guys, if y'all don't follow me, I'm going to be really upset. Another day, boys. Very excited for the slate. BBB, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. It's Blues game day, Blues by 90. And yeah, I'm ready to get into this MLB slate because I can't get to the Blues game without these MLB games first.
I love that you always say Blues by 90 because it makes no sense. Anyway, guys, tiny MLB slate today. Today is a getaway day, but luckily most of the games are during the day. So it's that perfect bridge to I guess what we could say, two humongous NBA games tonight that we can't wait for, but this ain't about that. We'll get to that later. Guys, MLB yesterday was a roller coaster. I don't know what else to say about it. The Yanks won. The Fish Sticks finally got one for the Marlins. I can't believe Luis Gilbert got his first L. Terrible showing. The Pirates beat the Dodgers. Anything stood out to you guys?
Logan Gilbert's fourth inning was disgusting. That game had such an under all over it for the Phillies. I had the Phillies team total, and one pitch was a grand slam, and that's all that they got in that first five. So frustrating game with Logan Gilbert. The Yankees continue to roll, boys, and it was just regular, kind of a day we expected it to go when we went over everything on the show yesterday. One surprise was McGill getting absolutely rocked yesterday. Yeah. We've been high on him on this show. Yeah. And Hefe says every start he's going to get hit one of these coming soon. And yesterday was his day.
Yeah, yesterday was his day. Cardinals, I took them on the run line. They won by 312. St. Louis, we're just up tremendously right now. Got the Yankees too. So really all our boys cashed for us. So, appreciate the hometown teams. And then I bet the Mets on the first five. Scored 3 in the top of the first. We're looking great. And then they let up about 307 in the bottom of the first. So
yeah.
Tough scene there.
One thing stood out to me is we all called the trap that was the Angels Rays game with Ohtani on the mound at that nice little minus 125 odds yesterday. Rays ended up taking that game 4-2. So I'm glad that we call that. I got the man in the back yelling at me, fish sticks in all capitals. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, you're not allowed to touch them ever again. They win every time you don't bet them. Every time you bet them, they lose. So don't touch the Marlins. We have some fans in our Discord that are big Marlins fans, and they want you to stay the hell off their team.
We got King Bobby Sosa in the chat saying Yankees gonna eat. We'll see. We'll get to the game today. I think, guys, we just get into it, man. We got a couple of day games here. We got I'm looking. I guess this is a suspended game. I'm just realizing. Looks like Twins and Astros have a game that's starting up in the fourth inning, and then they have another game after that. What I guess the normally scheduled games. That's because I'm looking at this game. I'm like, how's it 4-1? But I guess it was 5-1. 5-1. I'm sorry. I guess it was suspended yesterday because of weather, so it'll be resumed today.
So what's the live play you have? I know you have a Max Whale lock on the live play on that.
Absolutely not. To be honest, I was going to ask you the fact that they're resuming a game that makes me not even want to touch the full game that's after that because it's starting in the fourth inning. They have a whole game to play, basically.
The only good thing is, how we like to do a lot of splits on doubleheaders. We know how statistically, a lot of times when they do doubleheaders, majority of them go to a split. One team wins one, the other team wins the other. At least in today's split, you pretty much have an idea who's going to win the first one. because it's 5-1 already. It's not a true doubleheader. So it's an interesting way to approach the second game for sure.
Yes. Shout out Berg Betts in the chat as well. Chat is lit. All right, guys, let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. What do we got? First game vibes.
Right on the screen. Mets versus Nats.
Nats, and like you said yesterday, the Mets finally lost one. Miguel gave it up today. We got Taijuan Walker on the mound, 0-0 record, 4.91 ERA versus Adon on the Nats, who is gas can material, 1-5, 6.99 ERA across 28 innings pitched. I'll start it off, guys. Bounce back spot for the Mets here, in my opinion. The bats were quiet yesterday. They lost 8-3 to the Nats. I think they actually got off to were they in the
3-0 start?
Yeah, right. I didn't make that up, right? And then the Nats in the bottom of the first inning got it right back to 5-3, right? It was 3-0,
and then 8-3, and then
so
on and so on.
So that's a weird game because even though they scored 3 runs, they got all of them in the first inning for the next 8 innings, nothing. So I'm going back to the Mets here, guys, and I'm gonna roll with the run line. Nats 4-12 on the run line at home this year. They were 3-12 before yesterday. So the Mets are 12-6 on the run line away. I like those stats. I'm gonna take the Mets -1.5 at plus 105 odds.
BBB, what you got? I'll let you go the second here.
Yeah, I like the first 5 over 4.5 here. Walker has not been a good pitcher on the road. He gets touched up a lot. I expect him to get touched up again. We saw the starting pitching get touched up yesterday, and then Adon's not good anywhere. The guy's a 25-year-old guy, just doesn't have the pitch arsenal to get through these guys. I think he's going to get touched up. So I think we have a potential of both sides being able to hit opposing pitchers very well. So only given 4.5 for the first 5. I like that over. I think that we can get that pretty early, especially if I think it'll come down to Walker getting hit, and his numbers don't suggest that he should be able to do too well on the road, and he's been pretty shaky with a 5+ ERA this year. So I like that first 5 over.
Yeah, I like that as well. I'm on the full game over here, 8.5, guys. Taking a look at how the Nationals have done in their career against Taijuan Walker, they've hit him pretty well. Juan Soto is a career 400 hitter against him. Josh Bell's a 300 hitter. Hernandez is 2 for 2. And Michael Franco is a 400 hitter against him. So they've hit him well in their careers. Taking over to the Mets side, they haven't faced Adon too often, but everybody who faces Adon hits well against him. Like we said, he is probably on Hefe's list for top 5 gas cans at the end of the year. Stay tuned for that. More to come. But yeah, guys, this is such an overplay. I think we're going to see a ton of runs here. It's sitting at 8.5 at -120, and that's the line I'm playing.
All right, guys, let's keep it rolling. A's Tigers, another game that starts in a little under an hour here. We got Caprillion on the mound for the A's. We got Bresky or Breesky or however you say it on the mound for the Tigers today. Both pitchers 0-2. Both pitchers above 4 ERA. Caprillion with a 5.87. Is Caprillion bullpen guy? Seems because he's 0-2 with only 7 innings pitched. Might be a bullpen.
No, I believe he's a full starter, but he doesn't go a lot of innings.
Wow, gas can material, just like we like him. Guys, I'll throw it over to you, BB. What do you like?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people haven't seen Caprillion really pitch that much. I think there's a lot of value on the Tigers today. And 2 of his starts, he's gone, he went 5 innings, 3 hits and 1, and then he went 2 innings where he got touched up a little bit in that second inning, and they pulled him early. But his most recent start, he went 5 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 1 run. He's looked a lot better. I like them on the first 5 here today. I think there's a lot of value with the Athletics. The Tigers are a very hit and miss team. When you got guys like Javi Baez on there, you're going to see a lot of strikeouts with like the little chance of a new kid getting hit every once in a while. So I love the A's on the first 5 money line today. You can get that about -105.
Yeah, I have no action on this one, guys. I think this one is a complete coin flip, but I do want to say I appreciate the bashing of Javi Baez. I'm not a fan of his, so BBB, well done.
You are actually, wow, yeah. Good. What you hate?
You can be the first to attest to that. We live in New York. Our friends who are Mets fans last year, I gave them so much crap for wanting to re-sign Javi Baez. And how are the Mets doing without Javi Baez? And how is Detroit doing with Javi Baez? Don't need to say anymore.
Yeah, good point. I'm also off this game. It's actually probably the only game that I don't have any action on because these 2 teams it's who wants to win less, basically.
This game's a shit show.
Yeah. Let's move on. What do we got? O's and Cardinals. We have Baker on the mound.
BBB.
We got Baker on the mound for the O's. We got Matz on the mound for the Cards. Matz has just been 3-2, 7.00 ERA across 25 innings pitched. Baker not that much better, 101, 5.4 ERA. This is the Cards beat up on the O's yesterday, winning 10-1. But before that, they were struggling, losing 3 in a row. The bats finally came alive. The Orioles, they actually won 3 in a row before yesterday's loss. This is a tough one for me. I kind of like the over here. I like the bats. I like the way that the bats woke up for the Cardinals yesterday in the night game, and that this is a day game, so I think the bats stay hot. I think the Orioles can get to Matz. He's not been the greatest this year. Like I said, 7 ERA across 25 innings pitched so far. I see runs coming this one, and I'm going to take the over at 8.5.
I'm in the same boat you are. I love there would be runs in this game. Both these pitchers can get hit. We haven't seen a ton of Baker in his career, but he does have a 5.4 ERA. We have seen a ton of Steven Matz. He is a lefty. He has pitched in New York for a while, and he has gotten hit a lot this year. He also is having issues with his control. He's given up 8 walks in 25 innings. I see this one flying over the total early, and the total sitting at 8.5, juiced on the under. We know we like taking sides that are not juiced. Over 8.5.
Yeah, I'm laying off this one. I don't think there's that much value. I think Matz's numbers are pretty skewed. His last start, he had 8 runs in 2 innings, and that's the reason his ERA is jacked up like that. He's had plenty of decent starts where he's going, 5, 6 innings and, allowing 1-0 runs. So, I do think that last one was a bit of an anomaly, but he does pitch to contact, so it's always, a possibility. But that's what the Cardinals have built this team for is, they got 6 Gold Glovers, 7 Gold Glovers on this, in the starting lineup. So they pitched to contact. It didn't work out for him last time. If a team's feeling hot that day, he's going to get an early pull. But I don't know if the Orioles are that team, and I don't feel comfortable laying a -200 line with the Cardinals either. So this is a layoff spot for me.
One thing I do want to say with Matz, his best performance of the year was against the Royals, a 1-0 win when they didn't have a lot of their guys in the lineup. So the big test for me was against the San Francisco Giants when he did get hit pretty hard. In that Mets game, he did only allow 6 hits in the Mets game, which they won 10-5, but still gave up 4 runs in that game. So against good opponents, he has gotten hit. I still think the Cardinals get this one done today, but I think the over is the best advantage on this one.
Agreed. What do we got? The game that is tough to call because we have another game before it. This one is Garcia and Winder. Garcia 2-1, 3.45 ERA for the Stros. Winder 2-0, 1.61 ERA for the Twinnies. The Twins are currently down 5-1 to the Astros in the first game that will resume in a little under an hour, and that is in the, top of the 4th. This is a rare one, guys. I mean, it's suspended after 3 innings. Yeah, top of the 4th. So this is, I don't know how to cap the second game because what do you do if you're this?
I'll make it easy for you. I am not touching this one until I see how the first one plays out. If I were to take something, if there was no game before it, I would lean on the Astros side because of Garcia. I am a big Garcia guy. He hasn't been outstanding this year. He is 2-1 with a 3.4 ERA, but I do think he's a very solid pitcher. And against a guy named Winder, who I don't think is pitching up to what he normally does. He's 2-0 on the year with a 1.6 ERA, but he's pitched a little bit better than he's capable of pitching early in the year. So I think he's going to have some regression, kind of like how McGill did yesterday. I see the Astros probably hitting Winder in this one, but I'm still not touching it until I see the first game play out.
It's just tough. I'd rather the first game be, start over and be a normal doubleheader. It'd be a lot easier to cap. But the fact that it's starting in the 4th with them already 5-1, it's just hard. It's not normal. And when things are not normal, it's hard to cap. That's why I'm also with you, Alpha. I got to wait till that first one ends.
Yeah, just a lean for me on that one, guys.
How about you, BB?
Yeah, I'm completely off this one. I don't want to touch anything with all this half game stuff going on. Hey, we got to start a game down 5-1 today. It's just a lot of weird stuff. I'm going to lay off.
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah,
it's
for
weird.
sure.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right, boys. Next game is BBB's team. Let's get into it.
Oh, this is a good one today. This is a good one. Reds Nation, stand up if you're not already standing up. I know I am. We have on the mound for the Reds, Overton, who is 0-0, 2.53 ERA against Brubaker, 0-2, 5.68 ERA. BBB, how much money are you putting on the Reds?
Exactly $0. I'm not touching this game. These are both teams that have some value when they are a little bit more of dogs, especially the Pirates. They've played really, they're like a 500 team this year, but they constantly get 200 or plus 200 lines. But this is one I'm not comfortable laying with the favorite, and I'm not that comfortable laying with the dog either. So laying off this one.
There's no way in hell I'm betting this game. There's just no way in hell I'm betting this game. Shout out 90 from Discord, our boy Steven Chow, resident Reds, Marlins, Yankees, Mets, whatever you like. He's probably a fan of them, but we know he likes his Reds and his Marlins. So shout out, Mr. Chow. We appreciate you tuning in.
Boys, Steven, I ride with you today. We are taking the big red machine from Cincinnati, Queen City, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Joey Votto, don't care. Reds, money line, plus 115.
Wow, that was impressive. A lot of names there. You did well.
Damn it! I could have kept going. Carson
and
Palmer,
like two of them were on the team too. I think.
Zada.
Dude, who's your mama?
I can't tell. Barry Larkin.
Amazing.
Adam Dunn.
Barry
Larkin. I'm not betting on the Adam Dunns today. No play for me, but Hefe is on the big red machine.
Fuck it, Pete Rose. Let's move on.
Pete Rose.
Game of the millennium.
Sucks. So we got Luis Yeel on the mound making his first start this
year. Said beautifully, by the way. Said beautifully.
Thank you. Versus C's, who's been really good. 3-1, 2.3 ERA, 34 innings pitched.
Slam the bookie.
Alpha, I'll go right to you on this one with a question. Yanks are hot. Best record in Major League Baseball, 22-8. I know that they're coming off a day game yesterday with a travel day. Are you worried that they're favorites here? Is it because it's Yeel on the mound who hasn't started yet this year? I'm sorry, the dogs today is what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because it's kind of like you see the Yankees as a dog, and you're all of a sudden yeah, absolutely, what? Why? But you got to take a step back. So is this a trap?
It's an interesting game. I'll put it that way. So, Luis Hill's coming in 0-0 on the year. He hasn't pitched this year, but last year he was a revelation for the Yankees. Came up from the minors, and I believe he won his first 11 starts, was it? 11 games in a row for the Yankees. So I kind of expected him to be here earlier in the year, and he's not. So good to see him getting a start today. He's going up against Slam the Bookie. Dylan Cease, who is 3-1 on the year with a 2.38 ERA. He's the ace of that team, and Dylan Cease is one of the better pitchers in baseball. So the Yankees have a minor league guy going. The White Sox have their ace. The Yankees traveled after a day game yesterday, and they go to Chicago. That's why they are underdogs, but it does not matter because this team is different right now. They're playing way better than most teams in the league. They just find ways to win. The trick with the Yankees right now is that they have the best bullpen in baseball statistically this year, so they need to grind out starters, take tons of pitches, and get that starting pitcher out of the ball game and make it a bullpen game. The Yankees will do that tonight against Dylan Cease. They'll take pitches, they will work his pitch count up, and they will get him out of the game by the 5th or 6th inning. And what they keep doing is beating teams in later innings. Give me the Yankees with the value. Until they lose, you're going to give me them on the money line at plus 130. I am going to take it. Give me the Yanks.
BB?
Yeah, I'm taking the White Sox on the first 5 money line here. I'm not going to fade the Yankees.
I think my narrative, though.
Yeah, I think Alpha painted a pretty good narrative there. Dylan Cease, one of the best pitchers in baseball. And then we got Lewis, who, he was phenomenal last year, which is kind of one of the reasons I think it's a possible fade spot here, simply because, first start back up in there. Teams have gotten a chance to see him last year now. He's not necessarily the new guy on the block anymore. There's more film on him. So, I wouldn't be surprised if the White Sox can get to him a little bit early. But like Alpha said, the best bullpen in baseball right now does probably belong to the Yankees. And so, I like him on the first 5, and I'm going to, let the later innings just lay off that part.
Yeah, I'm with Alpha. I'm gonna ride the Yanks. They're hot. They're pitching. They're batting the contact. They're getting hits when they need it. They're getting big hits when they need it, and it's the best bullpen in baseball. And I like the fact that Luis Yeel hasn't been on the mound yet this year. You don't know what he's been working. You don't know what he's been working on in the minors. You don't know if he's changed some rotations, got some new pitches, some new cuts, angles, whatever it be. Just another lead I have in this game. Also, like the no-run first inning. Cease is dominant. Yankees are on a travel are off a travel day, and Yale hasn't pitched yet this year.
That's scary. That's scary.
That's a lean though. My official play is.
I know.
It's still I'm scared for your lean.
But can't you see Heel getting in there a little nervous, little timid, throwing one down the getting taken deep?
No,
I can see that.
This is first pitch.
But let me also tell you, Hefe, this is the first time in probably 5 years, truthfully, that when the Yankees go down early in a game, I actually think they're still in it. One of the very few times in a very long time that the Yankees, even when they're down this year, they feel like they're still in ball games. It's nice betting the Yankees this year because they've kept coming back. They do it in the 9th inning. They do it in the 8th inning. They do it in the 7th inning. But they also do it in the early innings. So they've been a consistent team all year. They keep winning.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you on that one. Yeah, they never seem to panic is what I want to say. And they definitely do a great job of working counts from a batter's perspective.
And to me, that's huge.
They do a great job of working counts, getting relief pitchers counts up to get having to get new pitchers in. And they're doing it smart. They're doing good. Also, like the mixture that they're using with from a managing perspective. It's a little bit analytical, but it's also a lot of bit of feel, and that's how I like my manager to be hybrid.
Me too.
And I think honestly that's why the Mets are doing so good this year because of the change in management with Buck Showalter. Because he is,
I agree. He's a phenomenal.
He's your true. It doesn't have anything to do with this, but he's your true. Just like, fine, I'll use analytics when I want to, but if I feel like that dude should be batting in that spot, I don't care what the numbers say. That dude's batting in that spot.
And he's a baseball guy. The Mets have needed that so terribly after Brody, the wheels fall off the Van Wagon, and then Mickey Callaway in there. They just had non-baseball experienced guys running the team. So you bring in a guy like Buck Showalter, who is Mr. Baseball, been around for 972 years, has worked for every organization in baseball. It's done wonders for them. It all buckles down to Stevie Cohen, but we're not going to go over everything on why the Mets are turning it around because the Yankees are still the team.
All right, guys. I think this is the last. Is there 2 more games left? Oh, we're skipping one more. Wow. So we went over every game, but we're going to skip the Royals and Rangers. I see what man in the
Thank God. Thank God.
Okay. No, I don't care. I don't have anything on that game. All right, guys. Last game. Dodgers, Phillies. Wheeler on the mound for the Phillies. I feel bad for Zach Wheeler. He's way too good of a pitcher to be 1-3 with a 4.1 ERA across 26 innings pitched. The Phillies bats are just not coming out for him. And on the mound for the Dodgers, we have Anderson 3-0, 2.7 ERA across 22 innings pitched. Alpha, what do you got?
Yeah, guys, one of my favorite plays today is the under on this game. Zach Wheeler, good pitcher. Do they hit for him? Abso-freaking-lutely not. Seems like he goes into the 5th inning of every start, either down 1-0 or a 1-1 game, and they just don't get him run support, and he pitches gems. Going up against Anderson on the other side, who's been pitching phenomenally this year. He has a low ERA. It's at a 2.78. They are 3-0. And we know what the Dodgers have been doing lately, guys. They had one offensive explosion 2 days ago, but besides that game, they've been absolutely horrendous. Give me the under. I think it's going to hit very easily here.
Yeah, I love the Dodgers in this spot. Maybe it's kind of square, but we got the Phillies who, their bullpen is, horrendous. Wheeler's been great, coming off 2 shutout starts, but like you said, he gets no run support. And then even the Wheeler, angle is not really that great in my opinion because the Dodgers have some great advanced numbers on them. They got Freddie Freeman in the lineup now, who's just absolutely rakes against them. He's a career 438 hitter against them. And then the rest of the team as well. Gavin Lux, Justin Turner, Cody Bellinger, they're combined 500 hitting against them with 5 home runs and, a double. I think that the Dodgers get to them. And, if you haven't seen the trend yet of the Dodgers against the spread, they're 20-9 against the spread, and they have a 29 record. So
it's insane. It's actually insane.
We bring it up every day.
It's just insane.
The fact that you can get them at plus 150 is kind of crazy in my opinion. So, I'm going to take the money line, and I'm going to take the run line as well at plus 150.
Well, you might as well. If you're gonna take the money line, you might as well take the run line until they prove to you that they'll ever win a game by 1. But I'm right there with you. I'm just gonna take it as a direct fade though of Zach Wheeler. I'm gonna take the Dodgers on the first 5 money line. I think they'll get to Wheeler early. I think the Dodgers have been very hot and cold. They win, they lose. They win, they lose. But when they win, the BB said, they smack. They don't win by 1. They win by 2 or more every time. I think they'll get to Wheeler early. Anderson will do what he has to do to get out of the first couple innings. I'm going to take the Dodgers on the first 5 money line at -1 20.
You don't want to like get the insurance of having like that amazing Philly bullpen to come in.
No, don't care. Don't need
Wheeler does pitch, Jim. I still feel pretty comfortable with the Philly bullpen coming in.
I understand what you're saying. I like the value of getting my win early, so I can then turn on to some late game too. Turn it off right after the 5th inning, go right to some huge NBA basketball.
Huge.
Anyway,
it's gonna be huge.
Anyway, guys, it's that time. Lead us off. Ooh, that was
all right, boys. Oh, wait. Yeah, man in the back, you can't have us yell and scream best bets with a 4-paragraph comment. I gotta read here. Hold on.
Game of the day, Steven Chat. Texas was under. Calls the most strikes out of all. Home team is 100% win rate. Wow, look at Mr. Chow.
You're telling me the game of the day
with the knowledge. All right, boys, let's get into best bets. First best bet of the day is going to be the Yanks money line plus 130. Went over Y. Second best bet, Phillies Dodgers under 8. And my last and final best bet is the Mets Nats over 8.5. Big
with the
rain
Nationals.
Mets.
Yeah, Nationals Mets first 5 over 4.5. And then we're taking the White Sox first 5 money line. And then we're going to round it out with the Dodgers. We'll take run line. But if you want to take the money line, play it safe. That's fine too. It's not too juice. But we're going run line. We're going for gold. It's plus 150, baby.
I like it, guys. I'm rolling with the Cards and Orioles over 8.5. I'm rolling with the Yankees money line. I'm rolling with the Dodgers first 5 money line. And yes, I'm still rolling with the Reds. Big Red Machine. It's our day. We've been waiting for this day for the whole season.
Guys, big news today. Hold on, one quick thing. Big news. Slam is not on the Marlins today. Can confirm. They also don't play today.
Fish Stick's taking a day off. We'll go fishing tomorrow. Guys, we do have a new partnership at the ATS spot to announce. We will let you guys know about it for our next show, but just please be aware. We have super excited to introduce our new partner. They're in the data analytical sports world. We'll make the official announcement later today on Off the Bounce. But basically, this company helps us get the picks out, helps us the why, the where, the when, everything behind our picks, all the data, the numbers that we look through, the statistics, the analytics. This new partner that we have is the company that we use for all that stuff. So we're super excited, super happy, and super proud to show you guys it. Talk about them and be partnered with them. So stay around for that news later today on Off the Bounce in 4 hours. And make sure you go visit ATS Spot on Twitter. Make sure you tune into Off the Bounce in 4 hours. We have 2 humongous Game 6 seasons on the line tonight. I'm so freaking excited. Philadelphia better be on fire already. I want to see a fire lit already. 4 hours. We'll see you there. Until then, peace. Enjoy some daytime baseball.
Blues by 90.